Tomorrow marks the one-year anniversary of the deadly flooding that devastated parts of West Virginia.
A woman in White Sulphur Springs has made it her mission to memorialize those who didn't make it out of the flood. WSLS 10's Allison Wickline has that story for us from her hometown of White Sulphur.
This is a labor of love. It's a labor of love.
In the middle of White Sulphur Springs, just off Main Street, lies a tribute to people who died in last year's flooding.
Melissa Dykert was my sister-in-law.
After losing her sister-in-law and mother-in-law in the flood, Audrey Van Buren felt it in her heart to fight back against Mother Nature's force. She says she refused to let her hometown of more than 60 years sink into despair, instead giving them a place to mourn and to move forward.
Every citizen in White Sulphur knew every name that's on this wall, and we just really wanted to do something special for them.
Audrey had some help from local Boy Scout Cameron Zobrist and designer Josh Adamo.
Just got to watch those slide right there.
Not to mention the countless volunteers that circle in and out of the city. It may be a labor of love for Audrey, but it's also a sign of selflessness.
I've never seen anything like this, the devastation, but also I've never seen anything like the people that swarmed into White Sulphur after this flood. They swarmed in, they're not hundreds, but thousands.
It took about 6 weeks of hard work to take a place where feet of floodwater once flowed and turn it into a memorial for the ages. A memorial made up of rock from Howard's Creek, the same creek that leveled houses and left too many families with one less loved one.
I just hate to think that the flood, they lost their lives in the flood, and then someone's gonna just not think about them ever again. I want them, people who come here, to see and realize these are people just the same as us. It could have been any one of us.
There's a lot of emotion hidden in the shadows of these rocks, but also a lot of hope. Hope that a city can keep recovering and not let the water win. In White Sulphur Springs, Allison Wickline, WSLS 10.
The memorial, part of the old mill park, is the site of the first dedication ceremony in White Sulphur tomorrow. That service begins at 3. WSLS 10 will have a crew there, and you can see that story tomorrow evening beginning at 5.